Man, even on an overcast day, that's a heck of a view. Now, what if I was to tell you that your fanny pack could double as an adventure chest pack? What's going on, gear lovers? Welcome back to another video here at the channel. If you're new, I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. And fanny packs is what we used to call them back in the day. Now, EDC waist packs are all the rage. And I mean, I get it. Having quick access to a piece of equipment like a CCW especially, but maybe just, you know, a multi-tool and a flashlight and a little medical kit, you know, IFAK, something like that. I get it. It makes total sense, regardless if you're on trail like I am today, just bumming around town, or where I've actually started to carry fanny packs a lot more when I travel, when I am going from point A to point B, having all that stuff just right in front of you, not worried about getting it stolen off of your person. I dig it. Well, Vertx has released a waist pack in their Long Walk series. They call it the Long Walk MP waist pack that functions as a standard waist pack, but can be tethered to your chest and potentially carried in that way when you want to get your gear closer to your person and maybe carry it in a different way altogether. And so in today's video, we're going to unpack what this waist pack, fanny pack, leave a comment. Which one is it? Which one do you call it? Do you call it a fanny pack or do you call it a waist pack? What this brings to the table, how it stacks up, some aspects that are awesome. Some aspects I'm like, to help you guys determine if this might be the piece of gear you've been looking for with more versatility than just a dedicated waist pack. So let's go ahead, dive on in, and have some fun. Location to talk about a long walk pack is a long walk in the woods, I guess. So here's the deal. I bought it for 50 bucks. That was one of the first things. Value is definitely there for a Vertx. And if you're not familiar with Vertx, I mean, we're talking about good quality nylons, YKK zippers, and really good build quality. Their gear has never disappointed on the quality side. For me, in my experience, testing out probably a dozen of their pieces of their gear over the years, and they've definitely been swinging more to like ultralight stuff, which I dig. As a hiker, the Long Walk pack is a really nice, lightweight kind of peak snatcher, so I can go up on a peak or do a quick hike like this and really, you know, not get weighed down. And this one's no exception, about 8 ounces. So, you know, a lot of fanny packs, they might be super overbuilt, but they're going to be really heavy. Leave a comment. Do you prefer lightweight and slim, or do you prefer bulky and heavy? So that's the first thing. Second thing, this is going to have, and I'll annotate it in the exact size, a compartment large enough for my G19. That is, if I'm going to wear a fanny pack or chest pack, my standard carry, or one of similar framed size. So that is excellent with a large hook and loop wall. Now, they do not come with any accessories. You're going to have to get your own hook and loop, you know, holster attachment, organizers. They do have some little dividers that you could do if you're not carrying a CCW. You have 2 little dividers that you could put some stuff in. Definitely holds my CCW though with what I would look for. So that's good, with 2 YKK zippers. And we'll just go ahead and hit that really fast. Clearing my firearm, just showing you some pulls. You know, I prefer on body carry, but if for whatever reason, maybe I'm just wearing gym shorts or whatever, and you just want something like this, it's a little more awkward than having it on your person. Now, with some practice, I was able to do it as long as I pulled the zipper tab. But there were a few times I was stumbling over zipper tabs, things like that. It would have been great if they had a pull tab or something that sticks out. A few brands do this, and it really helps out in the deployment, I feel, compared to, you know, a lot of other, when you don't have that. Okay, so there's that. Or what I would ultimately do, if this is going to be like the way you carry a CCW specifically, is make one pull tab that you're going to pull on longer and shorten up all the other ones significantly, so it's pretty obvious, and maybe even change the tassel a little bit so that you can really designate for yourself, oh, this is the grab handle and I can pull it. So it was doable, and kind of like most waist packs end up being for me for a draw. It's not as fast as on body, but it's better than not having my sidearm with me. If you're not putting a sidearm in there, doesn't really matter. The zippers run fine. no issues. Now on the front compartment, because there's only two main ones that you actually are going to use usually, and that is going to have some more hook and loop, and yes, thank you, a tether for your keys. That's really important to me. It's silly, I feel like, when a fanny pack, really any pack, doesn't give you at least one tether for keys so that it doesn't just fly around. I always feel a little insecure, especially with a waist pack or fanny pack, when it doesn't have that. So this has that. You can easily get that stuff in there. You could get, like your phone and wallet and some, basic med kit, all the stuff we talked about. Okay, so all of those attributes with 3 different color combos. I went black, they have blue, and then they have OD green to kind of match their other long walk gear. Gives you a lot of versatility there. The waist pack itself, if you carry it in a waist pack or crossbody, definitely has enough length. The clip is really good quality, and they do have a couple little attachments on the wings so that you could put 1 or 2 little attachments. You could even put a sidearm on the exterior actually and carry it that way, or put like a Leatherman tool or some sort of pouch that you gain access to a lot. I like that. That's smart. They give you 2 that you could easily run a PALS webbing, a modular piece through. That's a smart move. Now, what about converting it into a chest pack? Can you use it standalone? Is it proprietary and only works with other Vertx packs? Or can you maybe attach it to others and make it a little bit more modular? I don't see Vertx selling any yoke system that this would attach to, so you cannot carry it as just a chest pack on its own. You have to tether it to some form of backpack. So that's the first thing to just be aware of. Now, because of the way they designed it with these 2 little tuck away quick release clips that are pretty narrow, that should be able to fit as long as you have an ambidextrous loop or a ladder system for your sternum strap. You could even wrap them just around a sternum strap. It makes it pretty versatile that you could probably attach it to, let's say, 80 to 90% of most backpacks. You could swing that through, and now it is attached to the backpack and therefore riding the way it should. Now, it's probably best configured with the Long Walk 40 or 28 liter that I have, which is a great day pack. I've been using it all summer and now into the fall. It works probably best with that and other similar Vertx designs, but it's because it has a ladder system and it's kind of all, integrated in together. Now, how does it do in the sense of pull? Can you pull a firearm? And I have in there right now my Glock 19, and it's fine. Totally works fine, and it could totally carry the weight of a sidearm, and it's working pretty well, actually. I'm pretty impressed with the way the weight is when I'm hiking around and trekking with it. And it does not have, as we discussed, the pull tab to be able to really get your finger in there, but within 3-4 pulls, I was pulling pretty quick. I was pretty happy with that, and with a little bit extra practice, you could easily pull a sidearm if you had to from a concealed point in the chest configuration. Now, finally, this is kind of the wonky weirdness that I would have liked to see change, is that because the belt strap and the wings do not tuck away and do not remove themselves, you have these things flapping around. So you have to wrap it around your torso. So that's where this is right now, wrapped around behind, underneath my backpack, the torso. Okay, so what that does on the benefit is it keeps it from swinging down and having it tethered here. So there is a secondary tether point, so it's really locked onto your body pretty well. The downside is that it's really kind of goofy to get on. It's going to take a while. It's way more intuitive to just get a dedicated chest pack and put it on and off, so it's a little wonky getting it on and feeding it through. And I wear large size shirts and hoodies and everything for the most part, and this buckle is just outside of reach of being at the small of my back, so I don't feel it. But if you wear extra large or double X jackets, t-shirts, that clip is going to probably, and that's fully extended, is going to probably be right in the dead center of your back, riding right in between backpacks and your body, making it extremely uncomfortable. So I would say if you wear large size t-shirts and below, you should be fine to get that clip out of the way. I can't figure out how they're doing it outside of this. This is like the best way I can figure out, is like with these wings here tucked in here. Here are your clips that go through your ladder system to adhere. You're still going to get the plastic clips kind of in here, but at least that way you don't have to use the strap all the way around your body. So I don't know. I don't think it's very intuitive. They should have had cut-in wings here on either side to tuck it in that way. Then you wouldn't have all this excess flapping around and just being kind of goofy. It's not super intuitive. I'd say it's about 75% there to use as like a dedicated chest pack if you want to. Now, it's not going to replace any of my dedicated chest packs, but if I wanted to go on a trip and carry it as a fanny pack, going through airports and stuff, and then I'm going to do some hikes and I like carrying it more in a chest rig configuration, yeah, it's definitely going to give you some modularity there, but I think they still have some dialing in to do to really make it stand out and make it really functional as a chest pack. But leave a comment. What do you guys think? And which way would you end up carrying this? Mainly just as a belt, waist pack all the time? Or would you be modulating it between the two on a regular basis? I want to know from you guys. What do you think about this idea? And especially if you own it, how do you like it and how has it been performing for you over the long haul? I appreciate you guys hanging with me today. If you enjoy gear reviews and breakdowns, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm putting up new content every single week. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.